Hello and welcome, Nick with CC Minis here. Time to buckle in and buckle down because today we're making an orc truck out of a toy truck. Let's do this. I found these terrific toy trucks at a local Japanese market and knew right away that they'd be perfect for orc trucks. And they are damn near exactly the official model size. Nice. First, we're going to crash them together for a quick, easy disassembly. Be sure to add plenty of over-the-top sound effects here, it really helps. Then I reassemble a truck with even shoddier craftsmanship than the original $3 toy, to get exactly where we started but with less truck guts inside. A Tamiya 35313 135th US light tank M5A1 plastic model kit's underbelly was used as the truck's new upper belly after a quick nip tuck to cut it down to a more manageable size. This truck chassis is made of a cheaper plastic though, so before I glue it on, it's time for a quick sand. Wait a minute, I gotta clip these rear view mirrors off the sides. My orcs never look back. Alright, where were we? Right, storm. Sanding cheap plastic like this helps a lot with glue adhesion. Quick reminder to always wear your dust mask when sanding or cutting plastic. Next I glued the tank belly back on. Then snip the cab and alter it to have a lower brow, just like my humor and kit bashing videos. I use a popsicle stick to help prop it up as the far too much super glue dries. More parts from a different tank kit were used to visually block the holes in the wheel well. Just like HR, I hate gaps. Let's fill my gap with some wood, which is certainly a statement that would make HR hate me back. The more we build this truck up, the more the silhouette and overall vibes feel like a baby battle wagon. So let's give this battle wagon a Fisher-Price war plow. The sides of this AT-ST head will work perfectly as bracers to connect to this truck's face cheeks after being chiseled down to size. Beads are added here to be used as a little round connection point to attach the ram to later. A fine flat panel with glorious free details from a tank kit is used as the bulk of the ram, which is welted on with some orc-approved green sprue goo because these connections were less than ideal, and I left the room for a bit to let that gaseous green goop dry and cure. Yeah, let's get some fresh air.
I'm coming to you from the cold burbs of Chicago to ask you to warm my heart by liking this video and subscribing if you want to see more like it. Turns out only like 10% of you actually subscribe here, so how about you and I make a deal? If you help me get to 40,000 subscribers, I'll do a true 24-hour challenge. Whether that be building and painting a Knight Titan in a day, or maybe even doing a whole army. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get back to the video.
Alright, time for some RAM upgrades. Random off-brand Gundam bits were used to lower and extend the RAM. Then flimsy pre-textured panels were added to give the RAM a girthier appearance. The connection bead ended up being a bit too high, so it was lowered before a gear was placed on top to ensure a snug connection. Time to take the popsicle sticks back out to make what sugary popsicles destroy and orcs desperately love: teeth. Clippers were used to get the shapes most of the way there, followed up by some good old whittling to grizzle up these choppers. Now it looks like the ram is ready to nom on something, but what should that something be? Well, these orky incisors will be treated to an intercessor, of course. I botched some battlefield surgery on this expired Astarte, removing his lowered body. But before we make some DIY guts for this guy and cement him in place, let's take care of a few other parts on this truck. He's gonna be more of a finishing touch. This truck bed is definitely where the magic happens. So let's make some bedposts out of more popsicle sticks. With the bedpost securely glued in place, I asked my wife for a critique on the truck so far, and she said that I should bring out some chains. And well, I mean, that's just something I can't say no to. I wrapped some jeweler's chains around these posts and tried my darndest to glue them on while keeping just enough tension so the chain would stay up, but also to have just enough slack to have a bit of dangliness to the chain between the posts, while also trying to not block the shot with my big fat hands. It was a pain in the ass. Using an X-Acto to hold up the chain was crucial, almost as important as having some zip kicker on hand to cure the super glue as quickly as possible. So happy with how this is turning out so far, just a few more details to go. Let's make some panels. This is a panel technique that I'm going to steal whole cloth from the one and only scratch bashing. What you want to do is cut out some vaguely rectangular pieces out of plastic. Cut some notches and little indents on the sides, and carefully scritch some scratches for weathering. With a plethora of panels produced, I placed them periodically across this perky truck, breaking up any area that felt a bit too flat or boring. Alright, it's DACA time, but unfortunately, orc trucks only get a little bit of DACA, just a single big shoota. I sifted through my bit box and found some twin-link gun, which I mounted onto the top of the truck with a bead. I imagine whatever orc is riding shotgun has like a little handle that can be, turned to aim it, and they're just like, and they hit nothing. They hit absolutely nothing because they hit on 5s and orc shooting is terrible. An ammo crate was cut down to size and affixed to the side of the gun, along with some cordy thing on the other side. Listen, DACA doesn't need to make sense. DACA has evolved past our silly concepts of reality. Granny gridding was cut down to size and added to the front window with an appropriate amount of not level. Rivet time. For the rivets, I'm going to use some nail art gems that come in various sizes, and I'm going to fix them with some super glue. I used a little diamond dot applicator pen with a wax tip to make the picking up and placing of things easier. Alright, finally it's time to add that marine. I glued him down, forever cementing him in place atop this baby battle wagon's ram, ensuring this marine gets the best death of being plowed forever. To rub his immobility into his face and better balance the plow, his leg was placed near him as well. Then he was chained and placed using the same jeweler's chains as before. Now it's time to show you one of my favorite techniques, DIY gore. This particular technique comes from Dark Matter Workshop. What you do is get some PVA glue and then drizzle in some super glue on top and mix it around a bit. Within the PVA goop, the super glue dries first into these gross little strands and tendrils. Cut the tendrils down to size and push it into the spot that you want it, and then just let it sit overnight and you'll have some really gross looking gore. Last step was to add some hubcaps to the wheels, which made the whole thing look a bit meaner, and now it's ready for prime time. Oh lordy lord, is that satisfying. I love a good prime. It just brings everything together. Huge shout out to my patrons for making these videos possible. Y'all are the best and I can't thank you enough. I gave the truck a quick orky paint job before calling it good. If you want to see how I paint up my orcs, check out this video right here. Or if you want to see more kit bashing videos, check out this playlist right here. Until next time, y'all, stay happy and take care. Bye. I just need to do 5 more of those.